Welcome to Fun Time Travel. Today we're going to talk about balcony etiquette. Balconies are some of the most popular cabins on cruise ships, and in fact, on newer cruise ships, they outnumber the other cabins by quite a big number. Before you get on that ship, just don't forget, you're likely to have neighbors who want to enjoy their balcony too, so we're going to talk about that right after this.
So you've finally gotten on your cruise and you're enjoying your balcony. Here are a few things to keep in mind so that you don't get that side eye from your neighbor as you leave your room. But before we start, if you're a subscriber, welcome back.
And if you're not, please subscribe so you can catch our future videos. So let's jump into the things that maybe you don't want to do. Door slamming. You think, well, duh. But most of the ships are being built now with sliding doors, but a lot of the ships still have regular doors, and those doors are pretty heavy, and they tend to slam shut. The door to your room kind of slams shut, and as does the balcony one, and it's surprising how loud they are. You can hear them through the walls. And you don't want to be that neighbor that's constantly slamming your door. We've had them, and honestly, I think we've been them. And so, it's just
by accident.
Yeah, by accident.
We really do try.
But it's just a courtesy.
Yeah. Another thing is, don't leave your balcony light on. Like, we had a neighbor one time that literally left their light on all the time.
It was
like they weren't out there,
but
their light was on, and we were out there trying to just look at the stars and watch the water because we were on the aft balcony, and it was irritating. It was like, seriously? Just be courteous.
We'd go out there and just want to sit and enjoy the evening, and the neighbor's light would be on, and we would hear them come back to their room. It'd been on all night long, and we thought, well, maybe just tonight. But it wasn't just tonight. It was every single night.
The whole cruise.
So yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. Another thing, don't smoke. It's against the rules, except for in just designated areas on the boats anyways, and your neighbors can smell it. So, that's just, please,
and cigarette
please don't
butts.
do that.
A lot of people, if you do end up smoking on your balconies, don't. But if you do, don't flick your cigarette butts off the side. They could blow back into your neighbors and, start a fire. That's one of the worst things that could happen on a cruise ship at sea. So.
Right. And remember, too, many people are trying to get away from the loud music on the Lido deck, and when they're out there on their balcony, they're just trying to just have a little peace and quiet. So don't play loud music. If you want to have, like a little speaker out there, which we did that a couple times, and we had it on low, but we could hear it, right? Because we sat back by like the doors, but if you got close to the edge of the balcony, the waves were so loud, you couldn't hear it. So
we try to be good neighbors, and if you end up being our neighbor and we're not good neighbors,
let us know.
Tell us. Speaking of being a good neighbor, we're going to put this maybe politely, but don't get frisky on your balcony. You never know when someone or someone's kid might get nosy. That could be unpleasant for you and them. On the same note, don't sunbathe in your birthday suit. There's cameras everywhere. You never know when maybe there's a nosy neighbor. Maybe you don't care, but the neighbor might care. Maybe the neighbor doesn't care, but you care. I don't know. But there's ships, cameras, and kind of on the same note with the birthday suit thing, if you do choose to do so, just remember there's certain areas that maybe don't see sun all the time, and that sun is a little bit more potent when you're in the Caribbean. So yeah, it's a concern. Also, many of the balconies are tiered, and you don't realize that the people above you got a clear view into the area that you're in, and maybe there's bits that you don't want to put on display. I'm just saying, I'm not judging. I'm just saying, something to think about.
And don't throw things off your balcony. Anything, garbage, and anything, because you don't know which way it's going to blow. It's not good for the sea life. It might land on someone else somewhere. You just don't know. Don't peek around the corner at your neighbor's balcony. Like if you're standing at the edge and you're just enjoying the view, and someone else, you can see them come up out of your peripheral vision and they say hey back, but you don't. That's their private space. Kind of. I always try to think of my balcony as an extension of our cabin.
Yeah.
and you wouldn't just go looking in someone else's cabin. You know?
Yeah.
We've dealt with this one.
Yeah. Well, so we really like the aft balconies, and so to be fair, the aft balconies typically have like if this is the back of the ship, they typically have a slanted edge where most of the side balconies, they're straight up, so it's a little harder to peek around.
Right.
However, on the aft balconies, like we've had friends that have had cabins a couple down from us, and so you could walk out to your railing, you look directly to your right without looking into your neighbor's balcony, and you can kind of wave, hey, how's it going?
Right.
Hey, you can't help that sort of thing. That being said, we were on a cruise ship. Well, that's where you would experience this, right? We were on a cruise, and we walked out on our balcony like on day one, and as we walked out, in fact, Melissa walked out, and as she walked out, there was a gentleman who was very, very friendly, very nice.
Yeah.
And if this was the railing coming down, he's leaned around like this, leaning on our side of the railing, using kind of the wall as a backrest, and his back fat was kind of hanging over the side. And the gentleman, now he wasn't what I would call portly, but he was full figured. He was the full size version. You know, sometimes you have snack size candy bars and regular. He was king size candy bar.
He was thick.
He was solid. Very nice gentleman.
Yeah.
And as we come out onto our balcony, he turns with his Coors Light and says, hey, how you doing? And proceeds to continue to enjoy that piece of our balcony. And it sounds like we're being petty. We're not. But again, we got the balcony because we wanted to have kind of our private space so we could feel like we were the only people on the cruise ship. And those of you who cruise, well, hopefully, I mean, if you're watching this, you're probably a cruiser or a wannabe cruiser. That balcony is kind of like your little domain, and you just chill out back there. And the gentleman kind of hanging over the side. Well, he had nice flowing blonde gray locks, and we named him Fat Kenny Rogers.
No. You named him.
What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine, and I don't want to take credit for the Fat Kenny Rogers name. But, I'm just saying, Fat Kenny Rogers was a super nice guy. We saw him around the ship, but it was
he
just
was always happy-go-lucky.
Very happy, but at the same time, there was this little get off my freaking balcony, pal. I mean, you just kind of had this, and so we just say, listen, and he would turn. There were other times we had on another ship. Again, aft balcony, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe we don't want an aft balcony anymore. I don't know. We really like them. But another time we were out there sunbathing, clothed, but out there sunbathing, and a gentleman kind of stuck it. And I say gentleman just to maybe be nice, but he stuck his head around. Was like,
"Hey,
oh, you're out here." Well, yeah,
it's my balcony.
It's my balcony. And, imagine if we'd been, not clothed. He'd have got the shock of his life, so it was just...
I would have been clothed.
Well, I'm not saying... Well, I would have been clothed too, but I'm just saying.
I know, I get it.
So, again, it sounds like we're saying a lot of don'ts, but it's kind of like you wouldn't want these things to happen to you either. So I think maybe some of it is like, think about what you would feel uncomfortable if someone did to you, and those are the kinds of things that maybe maybe you do want someone to peek in. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, for most people, I think the idea. Just remember, at a minimum, you have neighbors,
right?
And try to be courteous. What?
It's just funny.
You gotta have fun with it too. Yeah. So. Balconies are awesome, and really pay attention to the rules, because they'll tell you some of the rules. You look through the things, but the serious breaches of the rules could get you banned from future sailings or even kicked off the ship. If we've heard of people standing on the railings. Don't do that. No. That's at a minimum, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Don't
even stand on the little table that they give you, or the chairs. You can see fine. You can. Yeah. You don't need to be doing that kind of stuff.
A balcony is a great way to enjoy a cruise.
Just be courteous.
Yeah. So, listen, we thanks for watching. We're looking forward to seeing you on a cruise. Just not peeking around the side of our balcony. So, have a great week, and we'll see you soon.